How's it going, guys? Today we are going to be comparing green gas to CO2. Now everyone's going to have their personal preferences, but I'll be going over some of the pros and cons of both. Now before we dive into this, I would like to say that I prefer CO2 guns. However, all the guns that I currently own are green gas. I'm not really sure how that happened, but I just wanted to point that out. Okay, the first pro to CO2 is that it can be used in much colder temperatures than green gas. You can use CO2 in temperatures down to around 50 degrees, whereas green gas stops working once you get below around 65 degrees. Now this can definitely be a deal breaker for anyone living in colder climates. Now the first pro to green gas is that it is much easier on your gun's internals. The pressure on green gas is about 8 times less than CO2, meaning that your gun will usually last a bit longer. Lower pressure does of course have a downside of lower feet per second. If you play indoors, then this shouldn't be that big of an issue because you will usually still get at least 300 feet per second. Using CO2 on the other hand is great for outdoors because you'll be able to get further shots. Another reason CO2 is great is that you can bring a couple of cartridges on the field when you go to play. This is something that would just be impossible to do with green gas because the can is so big. Now, something that I do love about green gas is that you can use it in any sized magazine. Take the Glock 26 as an example. It would be impossible for WE to make this using CO2 because the magazine is just too big. Now, whenever I use a green gas gun, I actually use propane. You can buy these bottles of propane for around $4, making it about 5 times cheaper than green gas. Of course, you will need to pick up a propane adapter, but these are very inexpensive, usually costing around $20, making this a much cheaper option. You will need to make sure to use silicone oil to ensure that all of your seals stay nice and lubricated. Now, when using a green gas gun, you can actually use a couple different kinds of gases, such as red gas, black gas, and duster gas. Red gas and black gas have more pressure than green gas, meaning that you can play in colder temperatures and get more speed. Duster gas, on the other hand, is stored at lower pressures to green gas, meaning that your gun will experience a lot less wear and tear. Duster gas is really only a viable option in very warm weather. When it comes to storing these, there are a couple of things that you'll want to keep in mind. With CO2 guns, you never want to store the gun with the gas in it. This will damage your gaskets and will make your magazine leak much quicker. Green gas is the opposite. When you get done shooting, you want to make sure that you still have a bit of gas left in the magazine. Failing to do so will result in a very leaky magazine very quick. When it comes to the price of these guns, they are usually very similar with the exception of Tokyo Marui guns. With gas blowback pistols, you can expect a price of anywhere from $100 to $200. With all of that in consideration, if you want the absolute cheapest option, using propane is going to be your best bet. However, if you want your gun to kick as hard as possible, you're going to want to go with CO2. At the end of the day, more pressure is going to mean more speed and faster blowback. Now, my favorite CO2 gun would have to be the ASG CZ P09. That gun had incredibly fast blowback, was very accurate, and I would love to make a review of that one soon. Now, my favorite green gas gun would have to be the modified PP2K because it is just so unique. There is no other gun that looks anything like it, and for that, it is my favorite green gas gun as of now. If you all enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and comment below what kind of gas you prefer. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.